number one, are you breaking the law?
Am I?
I don't think so. For wholesaling real estate, So what we're going to do is break down it all today. So
my favorite is like, you're making so much money, you've got to be breaking the law.
you
know what? I'm breaking the laws of not being average and being sucky. That's the only law we're breaking.
It's 100% true. So let's break it down. So let's talk about the current state of wholesaling real estate regulation. All right, let's break it down. So number one, there's more fear and misinformation about wholesaling real estate than there ever has been before.
And why do you think that is?
We'll break it down. Here's the honest truth. There's more fear about wholesaling real estate. Just so it is insane. It is weird how
but someone's going to protect us from these monsters.
I
There's
know.
got to be some sort of savior out there. Please come help us. We can't protect ourselves. Guys, I can get to know your laws. Do not let a group, a person, a guru, or even me tell you how it's done. You have to be accountable. This is how life works.
Showing the laws.
It's simple. Go ahead. Sorry.
Let's break it down. So what I can tell you is there's so many coaches and YouTubers that are calling for it's the end of wholesaling and these bans are going to end everything. We're like the end of wholesaling's here. The world's ending. And
what qualifies being a coach anymore?
It's crazy. That's what I call it. They're calling for the end of wholesaling. It's hilarious.
Maybe they should regulate people that charge money for these fees, and then we could fix the problem.
Yeah. So here's the truth. We got to ask ourselves this question. So why are they trying to scare you? Why are they putting these fear? They do it for a reason. Number one, money. Come on. Hey, you're scared. You're uncertain about the future. This is my favorite, right? My favorite quote. Let me hold your hand and show you what to do.
Let me protect you. I have something that's going to fix it. Listen, the reality is, guys, if you haven't learned from our media, fear sells. Fear keeps your attention. I don't even like, I'm going to be brutally, I don't like doing these types of videos because the reason we're putting out, it's so one-sided. So if you ever go to those third-party news outlets, how they cook all their consumers, it's just fear, 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 fear. Let me update you on the latest fear technique so you have everything. And if you guys have learned, it's not going to better your life. It's not going to make you a better wholesaler. Understand the law and take a course of action. But I'm just telling you, if you think some third party is going to bail you out, you have to do it yourself.
And here's the thing. This video probably not going to do too well because I'm not adding fear. I'm actually relieving fear today.
Get rid of fear, guys.
Maybe talk about it's all for money. It is all to give you a problem and sell you the solution.
The minute you talk about regulated gurus, it's like a quiet crowd real quick.
No. So number two here is views.
Okay.
They do it for views. Makes sense. A lot of these channels are dying. I mean,
they're out of content.
They are so fake. It's disgusting.
There's no content.
It's so bad. So
we're doing MLS courses now. Well, maybe that would fit along with getting their licenses.
Well, the cool part is we do have an MLS wholesaling course out there.
It is. It doesn't require you to getting a license, though.
So we'll put the link on there. We do have an MLS wholesaling course, but I don't know about that. So number
too
3
fired
here
up today.
For you. Wait, what?
I'm a little too fired up today.
Oh yeah. Number 3 here is for you to become licensed like them. That's number 1. For you, they want you to be licensed just like them. It's kind of like talking to a vegan. Love my vegan people watching, but as you talk to 4 or 5 vegans, they're all going to tell you to be like them.
It's like the sheep. Let's push them in to get them slaughtered. But remember, we got in this so we can be individuals. We can have freedom and do whatever we want. But quickly, if you're a new wholesaler, I'm going to herd you in.
That's what it's like. It's just, ever talk to somebody who does CrossFit, they're going to tell you go do CrossFit. It's hilarious.
I do like
Even
CrossFit.
People,
it's a young man's sport.
I'll say this for the vegan people too. Have you ever talked to people that do carnivore diets? They're like, you got to do a carnivore diet. The people that do keto, you got to do keto. It's whatever thing you do and you think everyone should do it. That is always the problem. So you want to be licensed like them, preferably in their real estate brokerage so they can make a commission off of you. You've been seeing a lot of new podcast type people saying, join my real estate brokerage. There's a reason. And they want a percentage. They want a percentage of your wholesale assignment fees. Now, they see an opportunity to exploit you. And we've talked about this about our favorite people in the world, NAR. They, to a point, I get where they're coming. I actually understand where NAR is coming from when they try to regulate wholesaling. they feel like real estate should go through them. And hey, if I was in charge of NAR, I would say that, right? You want to make a monopoly. I get it. They already got antitrust. We're not going to talk about them too much so we don't get sued from them. But we're not lawyers, realtors, financial advisors. We are just giving our stated opinion.
I will never, ever be part of NAR, because once you join the organization that you're supposedly fighting against, I can never tell which side you're on, right? So if I provide you an alternative to have a broker-friendly agency, and I'm part of NAR, and I'm telling you I'm going to protect you against all these wholesaling laws, then honestly, you just joined the cause you were fighting against. So
exactly. So we got nothing against NAR.
It's a principle for
I
me.
do think NAR is needed to a point for regular real estate, 98% of transactions. So nothing bad about them to a point, but they're trying to get into wholesaling because they just want the money. I get it.
I don't like NAR. NAR is trying to monopolize the market. They've tried to do it forever, and they want everything to go through a realtor. Guys, 95% of all transactions go through some sort of broker or agent. I get it. We're not looking for that business. And you getting licensed isn't going to fix it.
I agree. But I mean, NAR is needed to a point, but not to the extent that they're at. But hey, we're not saying anything bad about them to a point. We just get where they're coming from with the assignments. Now, these gurus right here, they sell you a solution. They're trying to sell you a solution by creating the problem. And that's the honest truth. Like, they're creating that problem, that fear, and they try to sell you the solution. Have you seen that? Wholesaling on the MLS is so much better because wholesaling regular is tough. They try to put in your head that wholesaling is hard and bad. And they try to show you that it's crazy. But that's the truth. So let's talk about the truth about these wholesaling laws, these wholesaling quote unquote bans. Corey says it best, gurus flip students, not contracts. They exploit the emotions of a student for a profit. It's as simple as that. It is. I can't say even better. They flip students.
Let's hop on a call. What? Dude, guys, this is, if you hear the words, let's hop on a call, do me a favor and run. It makes no sense. Everybody knows what you're doing. I got to try to talk you into it. Just tell me what the price is, the services you offer, and I will make an educated decision if I want to go with you. Tony Robbins does it up to 100,000, actually up to $1 million programs. I don't have to hop on a call with Tony Robbins. Why do I need to hop on a call with you? And by the way, if you hop on a call with them, make sure you have a list of questions for them, right?
To a point. Okay, so I'll talk about this a little later, but I'm against the real estate wholesaling gurus. I'm not against other type of gurus guys out there. So like Tony Robbins has events. I'm not upset about that. Like, he's doing regular stuff. I get it.
I like Tony.
Real estate wholesaling though should be free. Like,
it's basic, guys. It's really simple. Honestly, it's just, it gets you started in real estate investing. I always say it's like learning your ABCs.
Even creative finance, like, it should be all free. But I'm not against any.
That's our opinion, and
you
can take it or leave it. But that's how we feel, guys. I have paid for just about every type of coaching out there. I'm going to be honest with you. There is a lot of shaky stuff out there.
Exactly. So I'm not against every person selling knowledge, but I truthfully, in my soul, don't believe real estate knowledge should be free. So we love Tony. I nothing against what he does, but let's break down the truth about wholesaling laws and bans.
And guys, before you get into it, if you're feeling pressure from an outside party and you don't want to do it and they're trying to sell you on it, take note. Why is this person telling me I have to get licensed? Why? And it's almost like an MLM, like cult type of deal. I don't get it. So if he has a license, it makes him feel better if I get licensed because he had to go through all the work to get it and pay for it. So
exactly. So let's break down right here the truth about wholesaling laws and bans. So number one, you can wholesale in all 50 states. I'm going to say that one more time. This is going to be counteracted to everything you ever heard about, but you can wholesale real estate in all 50 states in the United States of America. That is my statement. You can take it out of context. I'll defend it till forever, as long as nothing changes with regulations. But as of today, you can wholesale in all 50 states. Let's kind of explain this a little further, though. This needs context. Right now, there is no law against doing a real estate deal unlicensed in any state. I'm going to say that one more time before my keyboard guru warriors come in. We love them. But it is legal to wholesale real estate while you're unlicensed in all states. I'll say this one more time. Now, to a point with that, there is exceptions to a point. Every state outside of Illinois now, I'm going to go outside of Illinois, you can wholesale real estate an unlimited amount of times unlicensed outside the state of Illinois.
That's it, guys. The show's over.
Show's
Thank
over.
You.
So I want everyone to just think about that for a second. Every state outside of Illinois, which we'll break down that law basically states you need a license after doing one real estate wholesaling deal. We'll get into that nitty gritty of it. There is loopholes. We're not going to break those loopholes down to a point because
now, are we clear to wholesale in Puerto Rico?
I don't know. Okay. So
I didn't know.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
I have to find someone to help us out with that.
Okay. So in all 50 states, you can go out here.
Question.
I don't know.
Okay.
I really don't know. I'm only doing the United States of America.
Got it.
So every state outside of Illinois, it is fine to wholesale real estate in unlimited amount of times. Does that make sense to you? Did I stutter? Did I say anything wrong when I said that?
I'm clear.
Every state outside of Illinois, you can wholesale an unlimited amount of times. So let's talk about that for a second, okay? Now, let's break down the states that have specific quote unquote laws about wholesaling. Okay?
Are they laws or rules?
They're laws.
Okay.
They got signed by the governor. So we'll talk about number one, Illinois. To a point, we can read off the law if you want, but like basically every which way around it. To a point, if you even sign contracts, which is kind of crazy, if you sign contracts for a business sense in Illinois, outside of doing one per year, you are technically need a license. Now, this means if you're unlicensed and you buy 2 sub shops for your Subway franchise, you need to have a real estate brokerage or you're going to jail. Now, that seems crazy. This law has never been really enforced in the state of Illinois because it's so ridiculous. So if I decide I want to buy 2 storage units, I technically can't do that myself. I'm going to need a realtor. So if I own a Chuck E. Cheese franchise and I want to buy 2 Chuck E. Cheeses, I can't do that. Legally, you're not allowed to do that according to this Illinois law.
I like Chuck E. Cheese.
And here's the thing. I'm going to be straight up with everyone right now watching. People are doing that. They just don't know the law. People who are quote unquote breaking the law, they're actually going out here, Dad, and they're buying more than 2 pieces of real estate for a business sense, and they should be going to jail.
Throw them in jail.
Right? Like, so
they have broken the law.
That's how crazy that law is.
It's so ridiculous.
But here's the thing about it. It's not being enforced because it's so ridiculous, but that's technically the law. And so buying 2 pieces of real estate is the same thing as wholesaling. It's just the process of entering into a contract that is not licensed. So I'm not going to, our lawyers make it very clear. I'm not going to get in trouble for this. So I'm not going to break it down to a point because Illinois is so weird. I know we're going to get in trouble with lawyers for saying this, but I know people that wholesale real estate without a license in Illinois and make a ton of money doing it. And they don't care. It's not being enforced. And like, you would have to be going after the old lady that just started her spa business and she bought 2 hair salons for herself for a business.
Yeah,
she'd be going to jail technically. The cool and funniest part about that is even if and also your family, you can't do it for a family member. So if you and I owned a salon business, it's I'm telling you, that's how the law reads. We can break it down, but it basically states. I didn't really pop it up because it's so long, but it's insane. So that is what that law reads there. I didn't want to break it down too much, but that's the honest truth there. So let's break down the next law here. So number 2 here is no public marketing. So this is Oklahoma and Nebraska. We're going to break those laws because that is the honest truth. Number 1, there's no public marketing to cash buyers. That's basically what the law basically states. No posting on Zillow, Facebook, Craigslist. Call your buyers only. And what I can tell you right now is we have never told somebody to go post a deal online on Craigslist.
No, if you do it our technique, you're fine.
We've never taught it. So this law, if I was virtual wholesaling in Illinois, not Oklahoma, Nebraska, which we've done before, nothing changes.
Such an easy fix.
No, it's such an easy fix, and it's insane. So I'm just telling you right now, there's one state that is trying to stop you for wholesaling. Now, that being said, since one state did this, do you think that means the whole world's done?
Whole world's done.
Wholesaling is done.
We're losing control of real estate,
We're
guys.
losing control.
Pack it up.
We're losing control because one state said you can't wholesale more than one deal. And they're not even going after wholesaling. They're going after anybody that does more than one real estate contract by themselves. It's technically to the point, if you buy a second home, it's insane. So the way that law reads is so insane. We have videos on it, but like it's crazy. So let's kind of talk about the cities. Some cities have laws. They're kind of crazy, but let's talk about Atlanta. This isn't a wholesaling law per se, but this is what the city council of Atlanta did.
Kind of like a loophole law, right?
It's basically a commercial harassment law.
Read it. Go ahead.
So basically it reads repeated and unsolicited attempts within a 180-day period to contact a person or entity, including via personal visits or written material or similar means under circumstances when the person or entity has affirmatively requested the defendant or defendant's agent to refrain from such activity. What does this mean? Personal visits or written material or similar means. I can only look at this as postcards. They're saying this has to do with cold calling too. That's what the city of Atlanta has, I would say if someone affirmatively requests, someone has to say, take me off your list. And in Atlanta, we'll probably take them off the list.
The only thing extra, I would just take them off your list because they're never going to sell you the house anyways. And it'll save you some bucks when you go back to redo your list. That's the adjustment I would make. It's not illegal to ever mail someone a postcard as long as you pay the USPS. Because if that was the case, Domino's, oh my God, Bed Bath & Beyond, we'd have such a class action suit. So
it's crazy, but I mean, that's how the law reads.
I would just note it when they go, listen, I don't want to hear from you guys again. Take them out of your database somehow.
That's the way I look at it, or just put them on a spot. They're not going to be an insane amount.
It's fixed.
So that's it. So let's talk about Philadelphia. This is a cute one because this is when everyone freaked out. And then I'm not calling myself a genius, but like you and I looked into it. Like someone said Philadelphia bans wholesaling, and I looked at it. I want you to read the law and tell me your interpretation of this because it's the funniest thing in the world.
See, I don't get into the weeds on this. So
it's a special $200 license for wholesaling intent. And so let me read out the law to you. This is from the Philadelphia website of the special wholesaling license type thing. And basically what it says is you need let me go pop it up here. It says basically you need a residential property wholesaler license if your business is to buy residential property solely for resale to get owners to sell their residential properties so that you or someone can buy and resell them. This includes multifamily and mixed-use buildings. More or less, this is a license if you're going to buy and resell and basically for getting the owners to sell their residential property and resell them. Reselling the contract, the equitable interest. They don't really talk about it on this because they don't know what they're talking about. But you do not need a license if you're, number one, a public official or employee acting in official duties, a PA licensed attorney or real estate agent or realtor acting within the scope of your license, or the best one, a buyer who intends to rent the property, which is my favorite, or an investor who buys the property and makes improvement to increase resale value.
So those last two right there give you so much wiggle room. I wouldn't even worry about this because let me ask you, do you agree every property we enter into a contract is to increase the resale value one way or the other?
Yeah.
Via assignment. If you just do a wholesale, a quick fix and flip, 98% of the properties that we contract would fill that last requirement. And I don't even do business in Philadelphia.
This is the funniest one. It's like, what's your intent?
My intent.
It's so funny because it's like going in a car. It is against the law to go in your car if you intend to do something. So for example, if someone tells you there's a law against intentionally ruining the environment and I'm in a car, I'm intending to go to the store. I'm not intending to destroy the environment driving in my gas-powered car. it's what your intent is. It's just funny the way they do it. But like, so if you get caught wholesaling, say, well, I'm actually looking to buy the house, but this house needs a little more work than I thought, so I'm just giving it to my partner. You literally say that about it all. Now, I'm not telling you what to do. I always tell everyone, talk to an attorney before you do anything. Before you tie your shoes, our lawyer makes us say, make sure you contact an attorney for legal advice. So I always tell everyone, quote unquote, do that. Did I do it? No, but do whatever you want. It's so crazy, but like, does this change anything?
I got to be honest with you. So all you have to do on here to get, if you technically want to get around all this, you want to do it, you pay a $200 license
per year.
Am I taking a course or anything?
It's basically a background check. Well, it's basically a background check. So if you are a felon, or I'm not saying anything bad about having a felony record, but some people have felony records when they're 18, 19, and they're like 64, right? Like, hey, they're changed men, or woman. And maybe they don't want you to get the license if you, had a victimless crime when you're 19, 20 years old. If you intend to rent the property out and you decide to give it to a cash buyer, I don't see any fault in that. Every attorney you're going to talk to is going to give you the safe bet. But
listen, if they took this approach for wholesaling across,
it's a joke,
all the United States, honestly, I wouldn't even care, because my problem is I don't want to take courses designed for a realtor. It has nothing to do with wholesaling. And then I'm regulated by like-minded real estate agents, which go counterintuitive to what we do in wholesaling. We make fast money. We solve problems that realtors can't. So me trying to be forced that agenda and pay all those fees, honestly, if you just say, listen, $200, you take no course, we won't bother you, we would all do it. I just don't want to be put under a program. It's not a course.
It's just they want their money. It's like,
it is a course you have to do all the time. It's ridiculous.
Well, I'm talking about this $200 license.
Is it a course too?
No, it's a license. They just want their money, Dad. Like, that's how it's like a fishing license.
Now listen, I got a fishing license. I'm not a big fan of it.
No, you just pay the money.
No, but but the fishing license started with an okay intention, but now I got to get a stamp for a snook. I got to get one for a redfish. I got to get one for a migratory tuna species.
Go talk about your fishing.
I got to give a lawyer on the boat. It's like, guys, I agreed to pay a $20 license, and now the license is like $46 with all of it.
It's crazy. But what I can tell you guys is,
but you know what we do in fishing? If you're about to be pulled over, you can pick up your phone. You can click a button and buy a license while the officer is right there. Maybe we can do that with wholesaling fees.
And here's the thing. So Plug Me says, so is it needed? I'm not going to say needed. I'm not bragging, but like, we own plenty of rental properties, and sometimes like we have a good deal, we're just going to buy it and rent it out. So I can technically intend to buy it all for a rental, right? And just sell it to someone. So it's like a get out of jail free clause. Like, it's for the inspection period. I go to the house. I'm like, you know what? This needs painting. This is too much for me. I was going to rent this out, but I don't want to pay $1,000 for painting. I gave it to my cash buyer. It's all about intent, guys. Like, it's crazy. It's like
$200 is not a lot of money. If I was doing Philly virtual and I was testing it out, I probably wouldn't, guys. That's me. I'm not telling you have to do it with me. If I lived in Philly and I live in the community and you got to deal with like all these people, it might be worth just the cost of it. $200 is nothing, guys. That's a decent dinner.
I think it's funny though.
I don't agree with it at all. I don't agree with it. But like, sometimes when you're running a business, you go, okay, what's the least amount of resistance to get me to the profit?
I agree.
If I could get through this and I don't have to invest any more time and money, who cares?
It's true. So let's kind of talk about Oklahoma and Nebraska's laws really quick. To a point, just there's no post. You can't post your deals on there. And I'm getting a lot of trouble for this too, but it's just, you just have to privately market your deal. So let's break down the law. Let's read Oklahoma law. Okay. Oklahoma law. This is what passed. Ready? Let me just read this out to you. Okay. So basically it states here, however, it shall be prohibited for any person, partnership, trust, association, or corporation, or the partners, officers, or trusts associated with the corporation to publicly, or trustees, beneficiaries, to publicly, do you see how now the law isn't highlighted, but this is the one word that changes everything. Now, if the law said a corporation to publicly market for sale an equitable interest in a contract for the purchase of a real estate between property owner, property purchaser. Now, a wholesaling ban would say, ready? Trust association or corporation to market for sale an equitable interest. If they just said that, we're done, right?
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing. It says to publicly. And that's the big thing. Like, what's your interpretation of this? Because you just can't publicly market.
What if I have a private Instagram group or Facebook page and I share it with that? That's the
thing.
Is that public or private?
No, but here's what they're doing. And I know why they're doing this law. And I will support this law to a point. And I'm going to get a lot of heat for this, but I'll tell you why. Let's read Nebraska's one. This is literally just straight up from the law. It's like word for word. Real estate salesperson, including so for purposes and acting real estate broker, it kind of regulates brokers, but a broker is somebody or a salesperson that publicly markets for sale and equitable interest for the purchase of real estate. Same thing. What it's basically saying is, and this is honestly what I actually believe this, and I think you believe this too. If I go and I'm unlicensed, right? Real estate people probably should get a licensed realtors. I get it, right? I get it. Real estate investors, no, right? It's a free market. But agents, I get it to a point, right? Here's the thing. So I put a property under contract for you. You live at 123 Main Street, right?
Yeah.
We write up a contract for $100K. I'm going to buy it, right? I'm a wholesaler. Now I post it on Zillow and say, I'm selling this house. First of all, I'm breaking the law. Do I own that house? No, I have it under contract, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going on Facebook and saying, I'm selling 123 Main Street. This is my house. That's bad. You don't own the house. A wholesaler, we sell the contract. We flip paper. We do not own the real estate. So I get why these laws are actually put in place. You're literally acting like a realtor and you're not a realtor. So I get why those laws are out there. They actually make sense. Now, if you go out here and actually sell the contract, you're fine. But going on Zillow, Craigslist, and putting the property up for sale like you own it, now you're brokering.
Yeah, you just got to be smart about it.
That's why they're making the law. Now, they didn't make licensing. They didn't make assigning the contract illegal, just marketing it publicly. And it makes sense. I get it. It's not, I don't agree with it. But I get where they're coming from. It's not like,
honestly, guys, a lot of I don't agree with any of this stuff being passed.
It's nitpicking.
But honestly, we could go through all areas of our lives. This is there's crazy stuff going on. You just got to educate yourself on your laws and figure what you can tolerate and what you can't. And understanding when you get a license, you create a whole new set of issues for you. And I don't think it's beneficial because I know the flip side. I just saw a post. I'm going to keep it anonymous. Of a wholesaler that is licensed, does a lot of business in their state, and they've been reported, ready for this, they've been off for 2 months working on another project, and they've been reported 3 times while they're not even actively wholesaling. Guess who's turning them in? Other realtors. They're ticked off. Like, how dare you try to do it? And the funny part is it's not even illegal in this state, but he has a license. And so now he has to attend a hearing and they're going to pass judgment on him. And he says he's already been to 2 hearings. They've scheduled 3 more. Like, it looks like he's going to lose his coveted real estate license. Remember, this was to prevent the problem. And he has openly admitted it's actually created more problems for him. So I'm just letting you know. When someone wants to tell on me in real estate investing, especially wholesaling, the only person you can ever report it to me is my mother. And that's the only person I ever care about that's going to have a say in my life. Past that, I don't care.
That's the thing. So everyone talks how good it is to be licensed until they actually go out here and the real estate board says, the realtors say, it's not fair you're making this money. I don't like it.
That's the number one complaint you get wholesaling.
I don't do it, so I don't like it.
Yeah, he made 50 grand. I got a $2,000 commission. He's got to be doing something illegal.
Is like,
I'm reporting you.
This is like me going and seeing LeBron James and Luka Doncic. You were watching him last night. He's good. It's like me playing basketball with him. Say, this isn't fair. You know what? I'm making a new rule. You can't be over 6'1". You can't be over 6'3" and play basketball. You know what? I like that law, right? But it's not fair.
And guys, in my 20 years, I've been reported publicly that I know probably 10 or 15 times.
Oh, I'm at like 5.
And they couldn't do it through like the real estate commission. So they,
Better Business Bureau.
no, the Better Business Bureau is a corporation.
Oh yeah, they go after me.
No,
on the Better Business
I've
Bureau.
had the state of Florida look into what I do. I had Fannie Mae look into it, and everything I did show me a law I broke. The only law I broke is because I don't follow realtors' traditional path to collect the money. I do it a different way, and I do it to help people out. I'm solving problems realtors couldn't. I bought a house realtors couldn't solve for 5 years.
Oh.
And I solved it. And guess who got paid in the end? The realtors all got paid because of my entrepreneurship, and I put it all together. I'm here to tell you guys that I have people that, like, I've had title companies get upset with me. Like, he's making too much money. He's got to be doing something illegal. They report me. I get a call from the state. I go down to an office. I go over. They go, listen, what he's doing is legal, but we don't understand what he's doing. I don't expect you to understand how wholesaling is. I'm committed to this business and I love it. But you take the average person off the street, pull them right now, that has, and just say, hey, listen, what do you know about wholesaling real estate? And they're just going to give you a blank look. That's how it is. Ask me something about model cars. I'm clueless.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Everyone tells you the pros of getting a real estate license. No one will ever tell that example right now. Yes. No one will tell the example of people getting the real estate assignments stolen from the realtors, and they legally can because you're a quote unquote realtor. Nobody talks about this. Why is this again? Let's break this down. Because we're not realtors, so we'll tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Do you think a realtor is going to tell you the problems of being licensed? They never will.
Guys,
they never will, because guess what happens? The real estate board can go after them. So you're literally talking to people that are too scared to even talk about the people they're being governed by, and it's scary. And here's the thing. You go talk to them about this, you won't even hear a thing about it. They're too scared to talk about it. And, we're not here to sell you a course, everything. We'll tell you the cons of not being licensed. Obviously, I can't go to a deal and list it, right? But there's ways around it.
So let's flip on the other side. Say you just say, okay, I have to get my license, right? You have two major issues. Number one, what agency is going to work with you? Like, are you going to provide real estate commissions?
The one
No.
the Guru owns.
If they do that,
they want a percentage of your
they're going to charge you desk fees, and you're going to get a website fee. You're going to pay your $2,000 to $4,000 in MLS fees. Oh, and by the way, you got to pay E&O, which is errors and omissions, because if you do something wrong, the broker's responsible. It's just like how your parents were when you were 16. And what broker wants to take the liability of someone who's not doing it? Now, if I'm a broker and I know you're an investor and I know I'm at risk of being sued, if I take you on, guess how I'm going to compensate it?
What?
I'm going to charge you more. I'm going to add the risk and put it out of your pocket. The second one is assignments. Does the broker get paid off assignments? Is it actually a commission?
Some brokers want a percentage off of it, and it's insane.
It's legally not a commission. From what I understand, I know they're going to try to ride around it, but do you guys want to share? Say you're at a $5,000 assignment fee and you just got started out. Do you want to give 20% of that to a broker?
No,
it's
insane.
insane.
Marketing. Here's the other thing. We'll bring it, but what I can tell you right now is you already hear what we got to say about wholesaling the industry. It's fine. We're fine. I get questions. I'm getting these on the comments, about association. So I'm not going to talk about a wholesaling union. I'm not talking about association. Y'all already know my opinions on this. You've heard me say it before. I am not getting another spat about this. Okay. Y'all already know my opinion on it. No licensing, nothing. Be a free human being. We live in the freest country in the entire world, the greatest country in the entire world. Talk to anyone who's immigrated here. It's the greatest country on earth. And we love our freedoms here in the United States. And this is what I'm saying. I'm not having a boss. We work too hard in this business not to have a boss say, you know what, Rick, I don't like what you're doing. Don't do it anymore. Bad. That's what a real estate board does. And that's why that guy or gal you mentioned has to go in front of a board and they say, what do you like? Is that good or bad? This is completely different.
And he got his license 1 year ago on a recommendation from a very influential person. And he's openly admitted, this was a mistake. It's causing me a lot of problems.
And this is completely different than if you break a law and a judge has to judge you based on breaking the law. No,
it's on
we
opinion.
Follow. That's on opinion. That's why. That's why my favorite is when you do something as a kid and then you say your mom, well, I didn't do anything bad. It's why do I have to do this, Mom?
Yeah.
Because I say so. The cool part is we just follow the laws. And wholesaling real estate, I've always said this before. There's already laws with wholesaling. First of all, we have laws in the United States, and every state has one, against fraud, financial elder abuse.
Correct.
Fraudulently
that never goes away.
That's just part of the
It doesn't disappear in wholesaling. You're just as accountable. You got to be a person. The reality is,
it's hilarious
when you have a board that makes a decision on their opinion. The problem is when you come licensed with NAR, you signed a code of ethics with realtors. I'm here to tell you a lot of that stuff will conflict with what you want to do as an entrepreneur, as a wholesaler. So if they say, well, Rick, you bought that property, shouldn't you have done the best for your client to put it on the market and get the highest price possible? No, the property's beat up. She doesn't want anyone parading through the house, his or her, and they just want to move on their life. But Rick, honestly, you should have put it on the market and showed her the best light possible. That's what the board can say to you. Say you made 50 grand off it, and they go, you did not follow your code of ethics. And for that part, you have broken it, and we are going to penalize you for it. This is where the conflict comes. So guys, we help people that basically most likely do not want to work with realtor. I always tell people, do you go ahead and list the home? I just get it out.
How many deals have we done? And we've asked the seller, just list it. And
yeah, just list it.
You can't force someone to go with a realtor. So that is the part of the regulation. I want to break this down too. I'm going to say a quote that I heard from someone, and this is a funny part. Like this is a quote. Don't take anything on context, but
John Bon Jovi or
John Bon Jovi. Sure.
It's my life.
This is what John Bon Jovi said. They talked about this, one of these publicly marketing for sale bans, right? And they said, quote, this is quote, ready? This makes wholesaling illegal without a license in this state. So this is what Coach said. Let's read the law and see what the coach says. This makes wholesaling illegal without a license. People take that and then they just say their thing. What the law says.
Okay.
You cannot publicly market for sale. Is that the same? That's completely different things, right? But what line do you think is more sexy? Which one gets the most views? Which one can sell you something? I'm just going after quotes. This is what the people will say in the comments. Ready? I heard it's illegal. My guru said. Let's read the law. I was told. Guess what? That's what the law says. So I don't care what your buddy said. I care about what the law says. You can read the law. If you're watching this, you are definitely intelligent enough to go read what that line says and then interpret it for yourself. It is insane. You can't publicly market for sale. There's not been one law review saying what does publicly mean. It's literally hilarious, but that is the truth. So it's insane. Okay. Like there's laws just governing like people in general. Like obviously it is illegal to drink and drive. Don't you agree?
Yes.
So I can't drink and drive while wholesaling. Do you think I need to go be in a special real estate board to tell me that I can't drink and drive while I'm doing business? No, there's already laws against that. Is it against the law if I'm driving to a deal and I go rob a convenience store? There's already a law against that. I don't need to be in a special licensing division to go make sure I'm doing it right, right? There's already laws for this stuff, guys. It's insane. So let's bring it from the top. The Oklahoma, Nebraska laws make sense. Okay. Don't act like a real estate broker. You need to act like a wholesaler. We have never, ever, ever taught this way. Okay, guys? We've never. So at the end of the day, bring it from the top. You sell the contract, not the deal. So at the end of the day, there's one state. Do you think we should be flipping out over what one state does? It is crazy. And there's ways around I'll say this, there's ways around the Illinois law. I'm not going to break it down. There's plenty of legal scholars that have plenty of stuff to actually tell you. There's so many ways to get around this Illinois law. We're not going to break it down, but
guys, this is just, it's content. People are bored. Actually, I'm bored talking about the subject. I actually wanted to strangle him doing it, but we want to clarify it and give you the other side of it.
People just said wholesaling was illegal the day I picked up that deal. I'm like,
so you used your quote. Can I use the quote?
Oh gosh.
It's from the famous Jay-Z. It says, I got 99 problems, but wholesaling ain't one.
It ain't. I don't know where you're going.
Tired of it, man.
There's been a lot of interesting guru quotes this week. So I know where you're going with that
Guys,
one.
just don't waste time on this stuff. It's just for dog and pony show fear. It's not going to help you, man. Like, honestly, they didn't worry about it when they got to their current spot. Now they want to worry about it. It's so funny.
This is the last video I'm doing this year, probably, until
we should have like a funeral for
unless there's another law
laws
out there, which as of today, there's not. I'll say this nicely to a point, and people can interpret this the way they want. I've talked to people who have told me that wholesaling is going to be the end of the world. One person told me that, hey, this state is proposing legislation that wholesaling is illegal and in front of a bunch of people, right?
Yeah.
And I basically, hey, what's the law on it? What's the law? They said, I don't know, but I heard. They said I heard.
I heard, guys.
A time amount later, I'm not going to say a certain time amount. You go back, you didn't hear a peep about that. Because people hear something and they try to use that against why wholesaling's bad.
Yeah.
People are literally just, they hear fugazi. I heard, show me the laws. It's insane. So guys,
that's for code is I'm going to take no responsibility for this and I'm going to spread it through the internet and I'm not liable and I'm going to get a reaction. Guys, 99 problems. Wholesaling ain't one.
Guys, I take this business seriously. This business has changed our lives. So I'm not here to go fear monger you, peddle a course. I'm here to show you this stuff for free. We make a good amount of money. We make plenty of money. We don't have to peddle a course, go on our hands and knees and beg you to buy our course. We don't sell a course. We're not here to do it. We're here to just share this information. So guys, I really appreciate you guys hopping on here. You guys were so patient. We got a lot of people on here today. So we are excited at the end of the day here. Final thoughts before we get into, because we're about to break down the challenge. I'm excited.
Yeah, guys, I just, honestly, if you want to talk about it, we do it, but it takes away, if you want to get on here and like, hey, I want to talk about this law and that law, it's not going to help you be a better real estate investor.